Good morning.
Good morning, Shizuku-san.
When I left my room, Ryota Yanagida, my neighbor, came out of his room at the same time. It was a coincidence that we lived next to each other. He worked as a salesman in Tokyo. Hey, if you don't mind, do you want to walk to the station together?
My pleasure.
Ryota-san smiled. My heart was pounding so fast. I was in love with Ryota-san. It all happened a few months ago. It's so late. It's all because of my manager. I finished my tax promptly, but my manager made an unreasonable order to me, so I had to work overtime. It's all his fault that I'm going home this late. I looked at my watch and I sighed again. When I get home, I want to take a bath. When I looked up, someone suddenly hugged me from behind.
You're such a beauty.
Get off from me! I resisted, but I couldn't take the guy's hands off me. I'm scared. My body was shivering and I couldn't raise my voice. What is he gonna do to me?
What are you doing?
Just as I lost all hope, someone ran towards me and pulled the guy away from me. He proceeded to protect me behind his back.
I'm gonna call the police on you.
He said, and the guy ran away in a hurry.
Are you okay? There's no way you're okay. I'm sorry. I should have noticed earlier. Do you think you can go home alone?
He talked to me with a gentle voice while I continued to shiver. I wanted to answer him, but I couldn't.
Hey, do you mind if I walk you home because I'm worried about you? Oh, I'm Ryota Yanagida.
Please. Ryota-san kept talking to me as he walked me back home. He was trying to relieve my fear because I was still shivering. And we arrived at my apartment.
Huh? So, Shizuku-san, you live here?
Yes.
Wow, I live next door.
What? Since that incident, I was gradually drawn to Ryota-san. And now, I was completely in love with him. Ryota-san, are you gonna be working overtime again?
Probably yes. We are working on an important project right now.
I see. We talked as we walked to the station. I was so happy to be able to spend a time like this with him. But I don't want to stay this way. If I could be his girlfriend. But when should I confess my feelings for him? I thought. The thought made me a little depressed, and I sighed secretly in my mind. One day, I was walking home. Ryota-san! I saw Ryota-san after I went to the supermarket to get some groceries. I ran towards him and greeted him. Good evening, Ryota-san.
Good evening, Shizuku-san. So, you went to buy your dinner as well?
Yeah, Ryota-san was holding a shopping bag too. But it was a plastic bag from the convenience store. Did you buy a bento box from the convenience store tonight?
Yes. Well, it's not just tonight, but every day. I don't cook.
I see. This is an opportunity for me. Forgive me if I'm being too forward, but I think it's not very healthy for you to only eat out like that. I always cook too much for myself, so I can bring you leftovers.
Thank you, but it's fine. I don't want to bother you too much.
Don't hesitate. I don't want to end up throwing away spoiled food.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll take your offer.
Good. I'll bring some for you tonight. I can meet him again. As I thought so, my heart was pounding faster and I felt it become warmer. That night, I knocked on Ryota-san's door with my handmade meal in a container. I had put in extra effort in making it. Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry about all the trouble. Huh?
Ryota-san opened the door and froze as he saw me. His face was red and he was panicking. What's wrong? Is it my clothing? I was wearing a dress that I usually wear as a room wear. It was short and my bare legs were exposed. Maybe he was surprised to see me in a dress because I was always in suit. I'm usually dressed this way when I'm at home because it's really comfy. I'm sorry if I surprised you.
No, I think it looks very nice on you.
Thank you. So Ryota-san liked these kind of clothes. I should go and buy some more, I thought, and I handed him a paper bag with a container inside. Here, it won't spoil so fast so you can have it over a few days.
Thank you, I'll enjoy it.
Ryota-san took the paper bag and I went back to my room. 2 days later, when I was chilling on the sofa, the doorbell rang. I saw Ryota-san on the door monitor. I rushed to the door and opened it. Ryota-san, good evening.
Good evening. Oh, here's the container. Thank you, the food was very good.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, the dress looks very pretty on you.
Thanks. I thought this was very cute as a room wear. I was wearing a mini dress that day. I struck a pose and emphasized my bare legs. Ryota-san visibly blushed. I'll bring you some food again.
Thanks.
Since then, I frequently delivered food to him. Ryota-san gave me sweets from department stores in return. I thought I was deepening my friendship with him, but one day... Ah, it's Ryota-san. Ryota! Huh? When I opened my mouth to call his name, I saw a beautiful lady walking beside him. They were walking arm in arm and disappeared into Ryota-san's room. They looked very close. So, Ryota-san had a girlfriend? The next day, I was walking back home depressed when I ran into Ryota-san.
Good evening. The food was so good again. I'll bring the container tonight.
You can throw it away. I think your girlfriend is gonna misunderstood our relationship if we visited each other like this. I'll stop bringing food to you too.
What? What are you, Shizuku-san?
I ran back home even though Ryota-san was saying something. Since then, I was avoiding Ryota-san. I should be able to forget him if I kept doing this, I thought, but that night... How could this happen? It was about to get inside my room when Ryota-san and that beautiful lady came out. Oh, good evening. Good evening. You're so beautiful. I didn't know that a beautiful girl like this was living next to you, Ryota. Oh, excuse me. I'm Rino, Ryota's sister. Nice to meet you. Huh? You're his sister? Yes. And you? I'm Shizuku. I see, Shizuku-san. You must have a boyfriend, right? That's so sad. I wish you were Ryota's girlfriend. What? Ryota-san and I both blushed at Rino-san's words. I don't have a boyfriend, but I thought Ryota-san had a girlfriend. Why? Oh, was it because of me? I see. But if you feel troubled about it, I guess I should leave. Now, Ryota, it's all up to you.
Hey, wait, sister.
Rino-san grinned as she left quickly.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding something, so I want to talk about it. Do you have time?
Yeah. It was so awkward, but Ryota-san invited me into his room. I'm so sorry. I thought Rino-san was your girlfriend. That's why I acted that way. I took a sip of tea that Ryota-san had poured me and apologized. Ryota-san nodded like he understood.
I thought so. Can we go back to what we are used to be? Now you know I don't have a girlfriend? I felt sad because you didn't even look at me anymore.
You felt sad? I'm just your neighbor, I said, and Ryota-san dropped his gaze in sadness.
So you only thought of me as a neighbor. If that's the case, I have to try my best to think of you as a neighbor, but nothing more.
Uh-huh.
I liked you, Shizuku-san. But don't worry, I'll try and forget my feelings. I should leave this room so you wouldn't be scared of me.
You can't.
Huh?
I like you too, Ryota-san. So you have to stay here.
Shizuku-san.
From that day, we got even closer and soon started to visit each other's room. I was happier than ever. But one day, my senior was asking me out persistently after a drinking party. Please, leave me alone.
Why? I've been devoting myself to you. You have to go out with me already.
I have a boyfriend.
That's a lie. It's not a lie. She's my girlfriend.
Ryota-san! Ryota-san, who happened to walk past us, came and pulled my senior away from me.
Who the hell are you? Oh, Yanagita-san. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a while.
Boss, do you know him?
You didn't know? He's one of our important clients. He is the president of a huge company.
What?
I hope my girlfriend is doing well at your company. We started dating each other a little while ago.
Ryota-san embraced my shoulders as if he was trying to prove our relationship to my senior.
It seems like the party is over now. Do you mind if I take my girlfriend with me? Yeah, of course. Now, if you'll excuse us.
We left the pub as my senior was standing there speechless. As we walked home, we were holding our hands. It came to us very naturally. I didn't know that you were a president.
I'm sorry that I didn't tell you earlier, but I wanted you to like me as a person.
I like you, Ryota-san, even if you weren't an ordinary salesman.
Thanks.
I'm the one who has to thank you. I'm happy that you said that I'm your girlfriend in front of everyone. Is it okay if I introduce you as my boyfriend from now on?
Of course.
I couldn't stop smiling to Ryota-san's response. I feel so happy every single day since I met you. I'm happy that we're now in love. Please keep me by your side. I smiled again. Ryota-san nodded and smiled too.